I like travelling, and because I'm not exempt from the rules like our politicians are, I haven't been able to go on my summer holiday this year. Now, because I've spent all my money on face masks and I don't want to be outdone, I'm going to try and do it on a budget. So I'm going to try and drive my Mercedes C63 AMG to 3 countries for the price of 1 tank of fuel, which is about £88. Just over there is Manchester Airport, and 150 miles that way is the border of England with Scotland. So I'm going to try and drive my car to Scotland, and when we get to Scotland I'm going to turn around and drive all the way back to Wales. That journey is about 300 miles, and this car, it does about 280 to 300 miles on 1 tank of fuel, so we might have a bit of a problem here. But for now I'm going to jump in, go to the nearest Shell garage because it only runs on 99 octane fuel, and fill her all the way up. Let's go.
Let's have a cup of tea.
We're off to a great start because I just had a drink and spilt water all down my top. What I'm going to show you is what information I've got available to me. So on the, let's reset this. Yes. On my trip computer, I've got miles that we've covered, MPG, I don't know how accurate that is, hours that we've driven for, and the average miles per hour. Also to us, we've got the total distance in miles, your speed, and then we're back to the home screen of the total miles of the car. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to have to turn the aircon on because it's absolutely sweltering in here. But we've got a full tank of fuel, and we've got 150 miles ahead of us. I'm going to head off now, get some aircon pumping, even though using aircon is obviously going to reduce fuel economy, but I think it's something that I might have to do because it is currently 29 degrees Celsius, so Okay, so we are 62 miles in so far. The temperature hasn't gone down yet, so I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I would look at it as though hot air is less dense than cold air, so actually there's less oxygen going into the engine, which means that you're having less of a, bang, which means that you're getting less power. So I would say the hot air is going against us at the minute, but so far we've used 1/8 of a tank and we've done 62 miles, which has taken us an hour. It says we've got an hour to go till Gretna Green, which is where we're going to stop off and have some lunch and reevaluate the situation as to whether we can actually get to Wales from Gretna Green. As you can see on the map, Wales and Scotland aren't actually anywhere near each other, and that's the fun of the challenge really. So far we're getting 28.7 miles per gallon, and I am being a bit conservative with my right foot. As you can see, I'm being overtaken by pretty much everyone, but it doesn't matter because we're going to do it and we're going to finish this challenge. The car is, I'm wildly guessing that we've got 370 miles left on the tank, and I know that's not true because at the start it said 490, and we've not covered 120 miles so far. So I'm trusting the car computer, although it is a bit optimistic. I can imagine if you actually put your foot down, it would completely lie to you and pretend that you are doing much better fuel economy than you are. But the temperature, yeah, so it's 27.5 degrees now, so it's a nice day. There's no water on the roads, so we're not losing any resistance due to the water on the tarmac, which is good. I checked the tyre pressures last night and they all looked good. They're not any sort of stupid hard pressure to try and get more miles, and there's no tape taped up the gaps on the front of the car to try and make it more streamlined, because I think we're going to do it. And this car is supremely comfortable. It's kind of makes you want to fall asleep whilst you're driving it at 70 miles an hour, which is not a good thing, but it is very comfortable. So I will catch up with you when we get closer to Scotland. Yeah, MC hard top. Faster than me because I'm doing a fuel economy run. It's how to put you down when you're there. Your friendly So we're almost at Gretna Green now, which is the first stop off, and we keep seeing signs for Scotland, but I haven't seen the Welcome to Scotland sign yet. 118 miles so far, so either Google Maps is lying or the sat-nav's lying, one of the two. It's not quite as far as I thought it was, which is not necessarily a bad thing. We're doing 29 miles per gallon, so anyone who says a C63 isn't efficient, you can get 29 miles to the gallon if you drive it properly. Total time driving so far is 1 hour 52 minutes. And when you drive the speed limit, you realise how fast everyone actually drives, because you get overtaken all the time. I think we're coming off in, yeah, so here's Gretna. I'm going to go in the left-hand lane. There's an Audi R8 right up my chuff. Wonder if he's on a fuel economy run. So let's go straight here. That's nice, that is. Oh, he smiled at me. That was so friendly. Supercar owners are so friendly, aren't they? Here's the sign for Scotland. What a great shot with an R8 in front of us as well. So we have officially made it to our first holiday destination of Scotland. And we're going to turn off just here for some lunch. So far 126 miles, we are averaging 29 miles to the gallon, and we've really got the weather on our side today because it is absolutely glorious. I think it's about 28 degrees right now. This BMW's very angry. It's a 118 i8, there's no need for that. So far the car has been in comfort the whole way because we're on a comfort drive. We've not hit any traffic, don't want to jinx it. I don't know why I said that, now I've jinxed it. We've been very lucky, and I'm going to try and whip out my Scottish accent soon, I think. And did you know that this car in comfort leaves in second gear everywhere, so you never start in first gear in comfort in the C63. As soon as I can, the car is being turned off because obviously I'm using loads of fuel in this beautiful scenery. Cattle grid. Oh, I don't remember this. Where is it taking us? I need to park. This is using extra fuel. Oh no, not a speed bump. Oh. Another cattle grid. Interesting. Still not in the car park yet. Oh. Here's the car park. Another speed bump. Yes. Yes. In the shade. That's it. Boom. Turn it off. Okay, so we have made it to Scotland, as you can see, and the Mercedes has got this perfect little seat bench thing with a sunshade here, just like a Range Rover. It goes up and down a bit, and maybe lay off the crisps next time. But we are 167 miles now from here to Wales, and the car is doing amazingly well. I didn't think it would do nearly as good because I'm used to driving it every day, which is 280 miles, 300 miles, nowhere near the fuel economy that it's getting, which it says at the moment is 28 mpg, which for a performance car, think about it, 6.2 litre V8, and it's getting 28 mpg is absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do now is head off to Wales. I really can't do a Welsh accent, so I'm not even going to try that. And hopefully there's like a pool or something in Wales, because it is absolutely sweltering hot, which isn't going to be helping the fuel economy. But if you think about most performance cars, they have really wide tyres, and this car has 255mm rear tyres and 235mm front tyres. So in actual tyre width, this is about the same as a 320 BMW, which is a performance car. So maybe that's why we're getting such good fuel economy. I don't know, but let's see if we can go even further and get to Wales. Catch up with you in a bit. Let's go, Wales. Enjoyed the time in Scotland, great holiday destination. Okay, so we are going along nicely. We are just above a quarter of a tank so far. We've driven for 4 hours and 16 minutes, and I must admit my eyes are getting a little bit tired now in the sunlight, but we've averaged, get this, 28.8 mpg. And that's not, I'm not sitting at 50 miles an hour, that's at the speed limit, 70 miles an hour. And we're probably, I think we're about 18 miles from Wales now. The car has been supremely comfortable. I've noticed this, there's a little patch here which is really cold, like an ice cube, and I think it's because there's vents that run down the center console to the air vents, the air conditioning in the back, but obviously it runs past here, and it's like a little ice pack for your knee, so that's quite nice in the heat to rest that on it. I can't really feel any heat soak coming through the cabin, which is quite nice. You tend to find in big performance cars, big engines, that they tend to have you know, a bit of heat soak, but I haven't really noticed it in this, to be honest. It's just built to do stuff like this. I was drafting a Volkswagen Touran back there who's doing exactly the same speed as me, and they're quite big, bulky cars, so I was trying to slipstream him, make him push the air out the way so that I could get better fuel economy, basically. And this car also has a little coffee tea thing on the dashboard, which apparently is meant to keep an eye on you and make sure that you don't fall asleep or anything. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but it doesn't seem to do anything, but it just shows me that this car is made for me, because there's a picture of a cup of tea on the dashboard. I reckon the car could do this all day long. The limiting factor is me and my eyesight, because it's probably going to be 4.5 hours of driving, it's me that needs the brake, not the car. So these German cars, they're just engineered pretty well. We had 150 limit back there, which had a little bit of traffic in it, and as we were going into as we were going into the traffic, we sort of slowed down to about 20 miles an hour, which wasn't great, and I was thinking, oh no, here we go. I shouldn't speak too soon, but it looks like this challenge is going to be completed. It looks like we might make it, but I'm not going to celebrate until the fat lady sings. The fat lady being the V8 Mercedes. Wow. It's like a double personality, this car. It can sit around and mooch along all day in supreme comfort, or if you just squeeze your foot a tiny bit, it turns into a performance car. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know how they do it. They do it so well, the Germans. So we will catch up with you when we get to Wales, which will be in about 20 minutes, I hope. So as you saw, that was the sign, welcome to Wales there. And to be honest, I just chose a petrol station inside the border of Wales. So this place, as well as having very bumpy rumble strips leading up to the roundabout, it should have a petrol station just here where I can put some juice in the car. This is I think it's Broughton Shopping Centre. Interesting. You can see how optimistic I was that we'd make it. There's the Airbus factory. That's also the reason why I wanted to come here. And there is a Tesco petrol station that sells 99 octane fuel. Okay, so here is the end result. We've got 287 miles, so that's, I think it's like too short of what I calculated. We've got 4 hours 37 minutes and we did 28.8 mpg, and there's the fuel tank. So we've actually got a quarter of a tank left, which is amazing when you consider that this car is a 6.2 litre V8 and it just drove from England to Scotland to England to Wales again. And there we have it, we made it. That's what, 286 miles I think it was, 287 miles, something like that. 3 countries in 1 day and 1 tank of fuel. So that's my summer holiday over. That's £100, near as makes no difference, to have my 1 day of summer holiday. And it was really, really easy, far less stressful than going to the airport and checking in and stuff. Like I said, the car made this an absolute, it was easy. It's just like sitting on a big sofa with loads of power. So it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was actually going to be much harder. As you've noticed, I've parked right next to a Tesco's because the next thing I'm going to do is fill this thing up with fuel and go and find some beautiful driving roads over somewhere in Wales without worrying about my fuel economy. 28.8 mpg in a 6.2 litre V8 sat at the speed limit is actually quite efficient. So I'm just proving to everyone that you don't need to buy your Toyota Prius or your Tesla. This thing is a perfect economy car. If you enjoyed that video, please like it, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you got your notifications turned on as well. Subscribe if you want to see me do another one of these videos, a road trip video, or another fuel economy video. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.